Shadow Kyogre, Shadow Ho-Oh, and new Shadow Pokemons and much more are coming into the game alongside with the next Team Go Rocket Takeover event. And we're here to talk about it. So without any further ado, let's dig into it. Team Go Rocket returns, Shadow Kyogre joins Giovanni, and Shadow Ho-Oh makes his Shadow Raid debut. And as you can see by the thumbnail of the event, there's a lot more than just that to cover. So let's start scrolling. Trainers Team Go Rocket is taking over again, and Giovanni is back with a vengeance again. This time alongside Shadow Kyogre, which I'm not even mad, by the way. Absolutely amazing Pokemon. Prepare yourselves for new Shadow Pokemon as well as the return of Shadow Ho-Oh in Shadow Raids. Do keep that in mind. It's going to be uniquely bedointers on a Shadow Raid. So assemble your team and prepare to conquer Team Rocket. I don't think that's going to be all that hard of a task. So starting with Taken Treasure, Saturday, January 27th at 12 a.m. to a Thursday, February 1st at 12 p.m. Kind of like a weird hour, and ends why I'm so confusing, but kind of like a weird hour to start this event. Maybe I'm missing something here as per usual. I'm just like the king of missing things, so don't mind me, okay? The longer you get to be around me, the more used you're going to get into it. Not saying it's going to be a great thing, but I'm just saying you're going to get used to it. So anyway, Pokemon debuts. The single seal Pokemon Varoom. I still haven't finished my Scarlet and Violet playthrough, and this Pokemon is one of my least favorite designs. Just going to put it out there, okay? But anyway, Varoom and its evolution multi-seal Pokemon Rivaroom. Absolutely original, tremendously original, will make their Pokemon debuts. So exclusively on 12km X. Yes, not really all that mad about it. It doesn't really seem to have any sort of specifics on what it takes to evolving it other than just using 50 candies, but there's that. So Pokemon debut out of the way, we go into event bonuses. As per usual, Team Go Rocket events bring the Team Go Rocket will appear more frequently at Pokestops and in Balloons bonuses, and you can use Charge TM to help Shadow Pokemon forget the Charge Attack frustration. Absolutely amazing. If you do happen to have gotten, since the last Team Go Rocket Takeover event, if you do happen to have gotten yourself some really awesome Shadow Pokemons that do have the move Frustration, create a tag if you don't have one to put all of those Pokemons that you want to get rid of Frustration, and just put them in that tag. Whenever the event starts, go into the tag, use all of the Charge TMs you have, and just get rid of them. Okay? Just get rid of that frustration. I'm even getting nervous talking about it. I'm just kidding, but still, that would be my advice in what it takes to the removing the frustration part. Then, save Shadow Kyogre. I'm just going to say that this is most likely going to sort of be the star of the show. Do keep in mind that we are most likely not going to be able to primal revert Shadow Kyogre, just pretty much as we are not able to Mega Evolve Shadow Pokemons. Just imagine the power, dude. Just imagine the power. Primal Kyogre is the best, by quite the margin, the best water type attacker. And Kyogre is just right behind on 6th. So Kyogre itself with a 20% boost attack is definitely going to, I would assume, be boosted at least to around 3rd. I'm not really sure how the math would be done here, but at least to around 3rd. I don't know, but it's definitely going to get quite the boost in what it takes to its attacking power. So there's that. But anyway, Giovanni is obviously going to be having the Shadow Kyogre. The last part of the seasonal special research story will be unlocked at the beginning of this event. Progress through it to receive a Super Rocket radar to chase down Giovanni. You can claim this seasonal special research story up to the end of the Timeless Travel season. So if if you haven't gotten done with like previous special Giovanni research stories and you don't get done with those at least to a certain part, I usually don't really do the radar trick, so I'm like a little bit rusty in what it takes to know to which part you need to get the previous one done to be able to unlock the last one. I think you need to not get to the step in which you haven't claimed the radar, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, yeah, these are going to be the conditions for you to claim this special research story to be able to get another special, another rocket radar, and potentially, you know, have a go at Shadow Kyogre. I personally just always get the Giovanni special research done because, like, sooner or later we're going to get all of these Shadow Pokemon in Shadow Raid, so it's kind of a mod, to be completely fair. And next up we have Shadow Raid debut, aka Ho-Ho, which is an amazing fire and flying type attacker, mostly a flying type attacker, even though it's kind of like, you know, it's one of those typings in which we don't really get to use it a whole lot unless, you know, Pheromosa and you know, Ultra Beasts in general, I'd say. But yeah, it doesn't really get as much usage as some other Pokemons. And what it takes to fire type, Shadow Ho, it ranks at 13 as of right now in the rank of like the best fire type attackers there are. There are way better ones than Ho, but still, nonetheless, it's not really a terrible fire type attacker. And what it takes to flying types, though, that's where it is actually quite a bit better. So Shadow Ho is going to be ranking number 4 here with Incinerate and Brave Bird. It's quite up there with Mega Rayquaza, and Shadow Moltres. So it's really a great addition to the roster. It's really easy to get done with it. Because like it's double weak to rock, it has quite a few other weaknesses that are really easy to obtain Pokemons with such typing. So we're going to have an easy go with this one. Then again, the raids are only going to be happening from January 27 at 6 a.m. to Sunday, January 28th at 10 p.m. local time. So there's only going to be this little bit of a time gap. That's what I was looking to say. A time gap for us to get these raids done, but you know, just get them done. It's a great Pokemon. It's a cool shiny to have, especially in its shadow form. So best of luck to you guys with that. Then, scrolling down even further, new shadow Pokemons. This includes Sierra Cliff and Arlo. Apparently are going to get their main Pokemons, their lead Pokemons changed. I would guess, or I would bet, maybe it's a terrible bet, but since we have this thumbnail with Turtwig, Chimchar, and Piplup, I just, you know, go as far as saying that these are probably going to be their Pokemons, but yeah, we're going to have apparently those 3 new ones. Well, we already had Turtwig, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, these are the new Shadow Pokemon. Shadow Corphish, Snorunt, Shadow Chimchar, Piplup, Krogunk, Dubel, and Ferroseed. The only one from the top of my mind that can actually be right from the beginning, like a good addition to the game, is going to be Shadow Krogunk. Maybe there's going to be something to do there. As for the other Pokemons, well, they're all going to get the 20% increase in attack, so there might be a little bit of an upgrade to some of these as attackers, but yeah, I don't really see much happening to at least these. I'm not sure if there's going to be more than just this, but oh, do keep one thing in mind. Also, Pokemon Rescue from Team Go Rocket grants maybe shiny Pokemon if you're lucky. Usually this info comes attached to, they can only be shiny if they have been previously Sierra Cliff and Arlo Pokemons. But then again, there's that. There's that. Then in raids, 1-star raids, Alolan Rattata, Meowth, Grimer, and Galarian Zigzagoon. Not much to see there. And in 3-star raids, Whizzing in its Galarian form, Tyranitar, and Bombardier. I wouldn't really be spending my passes on any of these, maybe with the exception if I was like crazy about getting one of the shinies of like Galarian, Weezing, and Bombardier. But for Weezing, you can get it out of the weekly research, and as for Bombardier, yeah, like so far raids are the only way to get it shiny. But I mean, Shadow Ho-Oh is right around the corner. There are so many better raids out there for us to get done with that I wouldn't really go down that rabbit hole. Then on Shadow raids, Alolan Sandshrew, Murkrow, Pineco, and Krogunk in 1-star raids, and in 3-star raids, Scyther, Shadow Skarmory, and Golett. Once again, you know, I wouldn't really be spending my passes in here. If anything, there's Shadow Scyther, which, you know, has a Mega, which is definitely not like the best of them all, but there's that, I guess. There's that, I guess. Scrolling down a little bit further, we're talking about eggs. The following Pokemon will hatch from 12-kilometer eggs, in addition to the Pokemon that currently hatch from those eggs. Varoom, we talked about it previously, so... then, which is an important, I'd say an important part of this event. Field research task encounters. Yes, they do look like, you know, pretty just, you know, kind of like default Pokemons for the most part, but we're going to get out of the field research tasks mysterious components, charged TMs, and fast TMs, and encounters with event-themed Pokemon. But there's more. The following Pokemon will be available to encounter when you complete field research tasks. Pokemon encountered through field research tasks will have a greater chance of being a shiny Pokemon than when found in the wild. To be completely honest, as of the time of recording this video, I'm not really sure what the odds are going to be. Definitely not assuming any sort of like, you know, community day shiny odds or anything like that, but they're going to be greater, so therefore, just, you know, be sure to check which Pokemons are going to be, you know, being offered by whatever type of missions we get, and just try to farm as many of those as you might want to get that shiny that you so want. I personally am looking at Scraggy and probably Sableye, which I do already have the shiny for Sableye, that is. But I need that 100% for the Mega. I just love to get like some Hundo Megas, man. That's like the best feeling ever. As for Scraggy, I still don't have the shiny, so I'm most likely going to be looking for it. So other than that, Mariani, Bruxish, and Nimble, what are you guys doing there? And as for the other ones, we've had pretty much like, you know, them showing up in the wild for like a long time now. Some of those, like Whooper, have had like some community days even quite recently, so yeah, not really too excited about that. And then on Pokestop showcases, apparently Pokestop showcases are going to be featuring event-themed Pokemons, so be on the lookout for that. Bundles on the web store at around like $10. If you guys are interested, there are going to be specific bundles for that, with like 7 Rocket Radar, 7 Premium Battle Passes, 7 Ultra Balls, 7. It's like a jackpot. Event bundles. This one for Pokecoins I might be a little bit more interested in. So 300 Pokecoins, you'll get an incubator, Rocket Radar, in a Premium Battle Pass. It's like a good deal. Not really that much of a discount, but it seems like a good deal nonetheless. And then, last but not least, the usual $5 paid timed research. So out of this one, we're going to be able to get Stardust XP, 1 instance, 1 incubator, and 3 silver pineapple berries, and more. I think the trick here is going to be what this more is all about, because just based on the pose itself and the little that we're getting out here, even with the encounters and stuff like that, it doesn't really seem like it's worth a whole lot. Maybe for the pose, which usually is like the $5 in the store that we get to pay for it. The pose does seem like really cool. But I don't know, man. It's totally up to each and every single one of us to either know if we are going to want to spend that extra little bit of money just for a pose or not. Because as for the bonus that we're going to get out of it, you'd be better off just like, you know, going for the single purchase of probably the incubator and stuff like that, because yeah, and yeah, I guess that pretty much concludes the event explanation. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I do think it's going to be a really awesome event. Awesome Pokemons like the shiny Kyogre and the shiny Ho are going to be pretty amazing to just have available for free, just like that. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one, even though it's like just close to the end of the month. But anyway, you guys let me know in the comment section below what you think of it. And without any further ado, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Up until then, stay awesome, stay safe, stay scrubbity. And I'll see you guys. Come on, just...